Blighty.
What's going on, guys? I'm DJ Blighty and you're now tuned in to DJ Blighty TV. First and foremost, I want to apologise for the lack of video uploads in the past couple of weeks. I've had a few things going on in my personal life, so back on track, lots and lots of content coming your way. Today's topic, as you can see, we're in the studio, we've got the decks out, probably seen from the title. Great question from a guy, he's been DJing for about a year, so he's got the basics under control, the beat matching, the timing, the music structure, all that business. And he asked me a good question about how I transition through my tracks. Now, I personally feel like there's no kind of set ways to do it. There's lots of different tips, tricks and advice that I can give you, but I will always encourage you to put your own flavour into what you do, which is what I do myself. But what we're going to cover in today's video, he asked me two questions. Firstly about using loops in your transitions, which I'm going to cover in another video, and he also asked me about techniques for scratching and mixing in R&B and hip hop. So I'm going to cover a few basics on that today, just to get you and other people in your same position as you started. Now, there is a few things that we need to take into account first of all, and that is whether you are mixing the track in or if you are dropping it on the one. By that I mean you're actually not going to mix the track in, but you're going to drop it on the first beat of the first bar, which with certain records, especially in R&B and hip hop and all those similar sort of genres, I like to do with certain tracks for impact. I feel like sometimes if you mix a certain track in, it doesn't get the same reaction as if you actually start it from the very beginning of the track. So I've got a track from my old school selection that I generally never mix in. I always drop it on the one. The reason being, first beat, bam, people know what it is and the reaction's there, and that is this track, which is Blue Cantrell and Sean Paul Breathe from probably about 12, maybe even more years ago than that. So hopefully that won't get flagged down for copyright. What I'm going to do is show you a few techniques to actually practice and get your timings working for you, which is the most important thing. So what we're going to do is look at doing it with the same record. So on deck B, I have got the same track as deck A. Same track, same position, okay? Naturally, as long as the pitch faders are in the same position, then they are going to be on time. But just for illustration purposes, we'll put them both on 0, just so we know they're locked. I know you can't see my screen, but I know what's going on, trust me. Right, what I'm going to do is first of all look at the very basic way to actually scratch or juggle a track to drop it on the one, okay? So the first thing you want to look at is the timing of which you're doing it, and you want to make sure that no matter how fast or slow you're doing it, it's on time to the previous record that you're playing. So what I generally do is I'd have the pitch matched to the record previous that I'm playing, so when it drops there's no dramatic change in pitch or tempo to kind of confuse the people on the dance floor, okay? So the first thing we're going to look at is actually just counting, really, as you would when you're mixing in your 1s, 2s, 3s and 4s. So all you're going to do is simply drag the record back and forth like a baby scratch, if you already know what that is, but on time to the music. So imagine we've got beat A playing now, we're just going to go on time to the previous record. Once you get confident with this, you can increase the pace to double, which will still be on time, but it'll sound more like this. But providing it is on time with the previous record, it'll all work and be in sync. I won't go into too many kind of advanced tips and tricks today. I will cover that in a future video. When I do a lot of my transitions, I tend to incorporate cuts and use the crossfader quite a lot. But just for today, I'm just going to give you a quick demonstration of the way I would drop this track. But what you can do, if you haven't got this record, get something similar that you feel you would drop on the one. What you're going to do is simply go back and forth between the two, just to get yourself used to the timing. So here's a quick demo of what I'm talking about. So yeah, basically what you've got there is a good way to practice how to actually get the timing of the juggles or the scratches, whatever you want to call them, to make sure you're letting go at the correct point and you're actually moving the record back and forth at the correct time and sort of speed to the record previous. You can see here I'm using a Pioneer DDJ SZ controller, but it doesn't matter what you're using, how big or small, whether you're using vinyl, CDJs, which are the same size as this, a smaller controller. The principle is fundamentally the same, okay? So what I'm going to do now is show you how I'd actually get out of another record and apply this technique, okay? So I'm just going to jump forward to the chorus of this track. Okay. So you can hear the chorus is about to end. So here we go. And there you go. You can add a few juggles in to give it a little bit of flavour. And there you go. As long as you drop it on the one, people aren't going to know any different. Once you've mastered that, what you want to do then is try kind of adding your own flavour into the kind of scratches. Now, the reason I've shown you with a beat is because it's the way most tracks start. It's the easiest way to actually start learning. In a future video, as I said, I'll go into more advanced techniques, scratches using the crossfader, different sounds and elements of the tracks as well. We can look at dropping a hi-hat, a clap, a snare, which give you a different sound altogether, but it's all about kind of when you actually let go of the record that's a little bit more difficult, because you're not going on the one, you're going on what we call an offbeat, which means that you're stuck in between kind of one beat and another. So it's very crucial that you're very on point with your timing with that. But once you've mastered the basics of the, you know, and then the faster, you can then start incorporating your own little flavour to it. So you can do little kind of routines, like I like to do, kind of cutting up the records. We like to do that a lot in R&B and hip hop. So it just kind of creates a little bit of hype, and it shows, you know, your true skill and talent as a DJ as well. So something I do, not so much with this record, but I will show you, is I do something like this. Stuff like that, just to give it a little bit more, you know. Sometimes I might stop the music and do a little scratching like that, just to give it a little bit of flavour rather than just kicking it off, like, you know. But that takes time, practice, a lot of patience, and yeah, always try and add your own flavour to it. Okay, so I hope that has helped the guy who asked me the question out. I also hope that it has helped other people who want to know similar information out as well. Now, I will be doing a part 2 to this video, which will be loops. using loops to mix out of records, and I will be making a part 3 eventually, which will go into more detail on scratching different sounds and different parts of the record in to actually create a lot more kind of flavour to your mixes. This is mainly going to benefit people who are kind of urban DJs into R&B and hip hop, as I said at the beginning. But if you have any questions about transitions in other genres and you want kind of specific advice on house or drum and bass, any style of music, ask me and I will be happy to help you out. Thanks for watching today's video. There's plenty more content coming soon. Please don't forget to subscribe and comment with your thoughts or any further questions, and I will see you on the next video. Thanks for watching. Peace.